It's early in the morning and everything around me is as yet deserted. Behind me lies a Donnington racing circuit and that's deserted, but very soon it's going to be full of every variety of car imaginable from the kit car world. There probably isn't a day on the circuit's calendar that sees such a wide and bizarre range of cars. There's nobody here yet, not even Neil. He's away somewhere, we gather, fitting some trim to a car. We'll be finding out about that later on in the programme, because today is the Donnington Kit Car Show, the last of the big 3 kit car shows, and it's going to be a very, very big event. A new kit from one of the major kit car manufacturers is always going to be big news, and even more so when it's from a manufacturer that boasts the racing heritage and prowess of silver. They've dominated the kit car race championship for season after season. This year, in fact, the only car that can really get near them is a Dax, and that's got a V8 in it. Bear in mind that the little silver has only got a 1.7 litre crossflow. That's how good the car is. This is the new one then. It's called the Mojo, and straight away there's something more than a little bit different for silver, because the engine is lurking here at the back, or more precisely in the middle. It's going to be more or less mid-engine, which is very much a new departure for the company and should make for some excellent handling out there. That engine that's lurking in there actually comes out of a Fiesta XR2, as does all of the running gear, which bodes well in terms of go. Up at the other end, the pointy bit, well, it's more or less the same as the previous one. Not completely, but it's basically inboard shocks and springs with a rocker system, so I'm sure it's going to glue to the road extremely well. Silver are predicting you can have one of these on the road for about $6,500, which makes it competitively priced for a car that is so competitive in purely race terms. We're sure it's going to do pretty well.
Hello everybody. The car we're featuring here today, you may, if you're thinking carefully, may have seen it before. We had a brief look at this machine at our Billings show. Well, since then, it's become the national champion at the NASE Nationals. You can't get much bigger than that. And here's the lucky man who owns it. This is Ian Burton. Ian, oh, it's a fabulous machine. Absolutely love it. Just what is it exactly?
34 Ford. It's a coupe, 3-window.
So this is, for my parlance, is a ZZ Top type car, yeah?
That's it, yeah.
Are you a Ford man?
Yeah, basically. I'd rather it all to be Ford if I'm going to go that way, yeah.
So just guide me from the back. It's a 34 Ford Coupe body. Running gear?
It's a 351 Cleveland, Ford FMX gearbox and a 9-inch Ford axle.
So you're a Ford man then,
All
aren't
Ford.
you, really?
Old Ford, yeah.
So just tell me what you did then. So you got the car home. Here it was a machine which had been presumably drag raced, and you took it home and you sat suddenly wondering if you'd made the right decision.
Well, yeah, but it was my other half, Janet's decision to buy it. So because it was not really what I wanted at the time, but first thing we did when we got it back was to take the axle off and narrow it because it was so wide and it had these Mickey Thompsons and centre lines and everything on it. It just couldn't get it in the garage. So that was the first thing, and then it was a total strip down from there. We didn't intend to go that far, but we did.
You took everything apart?
Everything, every nut and bolt was taken apart and put back together again. So.
My goodness me. So just tell me, all right, you've taken it all to bits. What's the chassis? Where's the chassis come from?
It's all homemade from the previous bloke that made it. It's all one off, so there's nothing bulk on it.
Right, okay, so the chassis, you took that right down to nothing, and I mean, what happened to that then?
Yeah, it was all taken down, it was shot blasted and painted the same colour as the car. So, and all stainless steel bolts put back in it and everything to make it good.
A real labour of love this has been, hasn't it? Okay, so then the engine. Now, what sort of condition was the engine in when you got it?
That was good. That was about the only good thing on it. It's all been, when he had it, because he raced it, he'd done a lot of expense in there, so I didn't have to do that. That was fine. The gearbox we've had apart and that had to be rebuilt. But apart from that, that's about all really.
Okay, now tell me a little bit about the front, because it is kind of special what you've got on the front of this car.
Yeah, it's different to the regular setups where you'd have coilovers. It's a torsion bar setup, so it's fully adjustable.
Yeah.
And it's all inboard, so it gives it that cleaner look.
Well, this is something you're quite proud of, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is it, because it is so unusual.
That's right.
Now, what about all this beautiful chrome work on here? Just tell me what you've got here, because you've got A-arms on here and discs. Where do they all come from?
It's all based on a Jag. It's all the arms, the discs, the calipers, all based on the front of a Jag.
Right, so Jag front end,
Yeah.
Ford rear end,
Yeah.
Ford gearbox. Anything special about the gearbox?
No, it's got the shifter kit in it and the usual things that you would do. But no, because I don't race it now, so we don't go too mad with everything.
What was the interior like when you first bought the car, Ian?
It was rough. There was nothing in there at all, really, just a made-up seat. And that was what you had to sit on. That was it.
This looks really, really superb. I mean, I do love it. Jump in for a second. Let's just have a look at this. This really is something else. Who chose the colour for this?
Janet, my other half, she liked the colours.
Well, I think we're going to talk to Janet in a minute. She seems to be responsible for a lot of the stuff here. How did you get it done to this high standard?
Well, you can't do it yourself. It's just too good. So we went to the top man, as far as I'm concerned, Neil Tadman, and he made a good job of it.
It looks absolutely superb. Unusual steering wheel?
Yeah, Janet went to the States without me, basically, because I don't like planes, and she brought me back the steering wheel. But this was actually more than the flight would have cost. So.
Really?
Yeah.
My goodness me. And the seats, etc., that are in here, are they just purpose-built for this vehicle?
Yeah, all made up. It was an empty shell, and he made the lot.
Wow. Roll bar in the back here?
Yeah, that came with the car. We fitted that back in and painted it the same colour just to give it that better look.
Yeah. I mean, was that was in the car when you first
Yeah.
got it, because, as you said, the man used to race it, etc.
That's right.
What other things have you had to do in here? Just run through some of the things, because I mean, I love all this billet work. Was that here before?
No, there was nothing in there that was billet or painted or anything. It was just bare, it was nothing.
So did you make the billet work, or was that all Neil Tadman?
No, it was just stuff we bought through going to shows, picking off stalls and whatever. You can buy most of the equipment.
So really then, it's just a two-seater?
That's it, yep.
No room for anyone else. Suppose no one wanted to come for a ride with you, and there was my missus and your missus. Where do I go?
Well, there's plenty of room in the boot.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's where you would sit, yeah.
Oh, show us the boot then. Let's have a look at that. Oh, wow. Rumble seat, dicky seat, what do they call these things these days?
I call it a dicky seat.
A dicky seat.
Yeah.
And again, Neil Tadman did all this?
Yep, that's it. We've done all the work, yeah.
That looks absolutely super. I'm a little bit loath to even try and jump in it. How do you get people in? Because surely you're going to start ruining paintwork here, aren't you?
Yeah, well, normally when we take it to the shows, all the fenders will come off, so whoever's going in will jump on the tyre, and in they get.
Oh, so at a show you run fenderless then, which is the American concept with these cars, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. We don't like running with the fenders on if I can help it. It's just to get me to the show.
Yeah, okay. And then you stand on the wheel and jump in there. It's really, really great stuff. Tell me a little bit about the fuel tank. I can see that there. That looks Jaguarish almost, that fuel filler cap there.
The cap could be, but the tank itself is fitted between the two compartments. It's a one-off tank, so it's all made to fit.
Right, okay. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about, and one of the other things that sets this car apart, are the wheels that are on here, because these really do look absolutely stunning. Just tell me what they are.
They're Budnik wheels. Got 17s on the front and 18s on the back.
Now, the tyres that you've got fitted on the front and back, are they easy to get, the front ones? Are they just you go along to a shop and buy them?
Yeah, they're easy for the front. 17s you can buy anywhere. 18s, they get a little bit harder to buy, but you can get them.
So where did these come from? Because they look huge wheels on the back here.
They all come through from the States, through John Reed.
Right. And the tyres that are on the back?
I had to get them from Luxembourg, direct from Goodyear, because they had none in stock, because I had to have this size. So we had to wait on a back order and wait our turn.
So how long did it take to get tyres then, for goodness sake?
Well, then it was 2 months, so I don't know what would happen now if I got a puncture.
You'd be in trouble. These come off of a special type of car, though, these tyres, don't they?
Yeah, they told me it was off of a Bentley. So, I mean, I don't know what sort of Bentley they would have fitted.
Yeah, kind of special car, isn't it, this? Listen, it's one of those things where this sort of car is never finished. I mean, what other thoughts have you got for the future of this machine?
Basically, it's the paintwork. It was done sort of 3 years ago, and now it could do with a bit of a birthday in places, so we're going to spend a bit of time there.
Really? Will you do that yourself, or will someone else do that for you?
No, I'd hand it out to the gentleman that did it before. It needs to be done properly.
Yeah. I mean, what sort of a cost do you put on having this machine resprayed?
Just for having the paintwork done, it's around the £2,000 mark.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about your good lady wife, who was quite obviously has been a major factor in this car. So let's bring Janet in. Janet, come on in. Lovely, lovely motor car. Do you ever get to drive it?
Oh yeah, all the time.
You do?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised the number of hot rodders I talk to who say, no, the wife doesn't drive it. And when I talk to the wives, they say, no, I'm too scared to drive it because I'm too scared of breaking it. I mean, do you have thoughts like that ever cross your mind? Obviously not.
Really, no.
Did he ever get you out there cleaning it? I mean,
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing I don't like. I get a bit bored cleaning it.
You do?
Yeah.
But you like driving?
Definitely.
What's it go like?
Pretty good, yeah.
Is it
Fast.
quick?
Yeah, very fast.
Really? So, I mean, would you fancy taking an old sort of interviewer for a ride? I think I've had enough of this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make your husband stand here and look like an interviewer, and you can take me away in the car. Ian, over to you.
Righto then.
I should enjoy this. Bye everyone.
The A&M EX2. Beverly French drove the prototype of this car at the very beginning of this series of kits and cruising and looked ahead to the production version. And here it is, ready in time for Donnington. Just. And it's gained a Targa top and a completely new front end. Now here's something that's becoming an increasingly familiar sight around the shows, a very, very bare, stripped out off-roader. I think they call it an off-road rail, usually two-wheel drive, very lightweight in construction, with barely anything to it. It looks a bit like, I don't know, a bedstead really, with a wheel in each corner. This one is quite a lot bigger than many that I've seen, which probably means it's a little bit more practical. It's called the SV2000. That's because the two guys who built it are called Steve and Vince, and it's from a company called RV Dynamic. Now, Vince's first comment as I came up to him was, "Don't off go, mate. Apparently this thing is quite nippy, but then it's very, very light underneath." Wait for it. It's a Skoda. But that's really good news, because your donor car is going to cost absolutely nothing. All the running gear is extremely rugged and will work very well indeed forever. And it actually bolts together to make quite a nice little thing. It depends what you want from a car. If you want a very cheap toy, probably $2,500, he reckons this thing can be put on the road and you're away, off-roading. It's like a lot of fun. Probably a bit breezy though. It's amazing the sights you see looking around a show of this size. Not only the car, beautiful, red, exotic, and the thing sitting on it, a man too long without sleep. This is Darren, and he's from DC Moldings, familiar to us of course because we've been building our Tiger kit car there. And the story behind that is that DC Moldings now own this, which is the Auto Milan, which is familiar to most of us. We've been borrowing Steve, who usually works with Darren, to help on our Tiger. Darren's been borrowing our very own Neil to help trim this. And it's been a bit of a job. And I think when we look around at something like this, Darren, we think, this is great. Loads of cars. It's really exciting to look at. How much work has gone into getting here?
Too much.
Basically.
Yeah.
There are rumours that you did a 56-hour stretch.
That's right, 56 hours straight through.
What are you doing? What is involved? When we look around and see the shiny cars and think, this looks great, what have you actually had to do to get here?
Oh, to get to this stage, you have to basically start from a bare chassis and get it up in less than 3 weeks. Rub it all down, fit it, and you come across a nightmare amount of jobs that you have to do. Things you don't think about. You look at the car and think, oh, that looks lovely, but you don't believe how much work actually goes into putting it together.
Must be quite interesting as a manufacturer because, say, how long have you had the Auto Milan now? How long has it been yours?
Near enough a year now.
Right. So you've been working on it and thinking about it a lot, obviously, and planning. Then you sit down to build one very, very quickly. It must be quite a useful exercise. What lessons have you learned?
Not to do it again. It's been very, very hard. I mean, we had to do it. We got a lot of people relying on us for this show, so we had to get it here just to show people that the car is actually up and running. But we spent enough a year doing mods, so we had to show something now. But it's not quite finished. It's almost there. But next time it'll be done. It'll be right.
It's very easy to look around a kit car show and to judge it similar to the way that you would judge it if it were an ordinary motor show. But then you forget that, if you are Ford at a motor show, Frankfurt, London Earls Court, they've probably spent several million on the show alone.
Right.
Your budgets are going to be completely different.
Oh yeah, entirely different. I mean, this is like a kit car. It's a budget car. Yeah, it's a buyer's market. You're not here to buy thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds of a car. You're here to buy a car which you're going to build in your garage. And a lot of people look at it. I don't think they appreciate really how much goes into it and what you've got to do to get it to this stage.
But how useful, if you've got here, you've put in the effort, a lot of it, you're here, how useful is a show like this to you? Because this is one of your first chances, isn't it, to show off?
Oh yeah, it's very, very, very useful. I mean, you get a good response and people go away and they look at your literature and you get phone calls. Yeah, I mean, they're good shows. They are very good shows, but to this sort of market, yeah, you rely on the shows. You've got to do the show, so you have to do these silly hours and get the jobs done and just to get the response, get the work.
Obviously, you take on a project, it can be a bit nerve-wracking because you are inheriting somebody else's work. You've then got to turn it around and bring it up to your own standard. And I know you've put an awful lot of work in doing that. How happy are you with it now? Is it just as a project?
Yeah, I'm very happy with it now. It's wasn't happy when we first took it over, but now, yeah, we made a lot of changes. Yeah, I'm happy with it now.
Okay, can I show you something really revolting? It's nothing to do with your car. It's over here, Neil. This is Neil behind the camera who's been working with you. The reason is that we've been borrowing Steve, who works with Darren, to work with me building my Tiger, and this is Neil. A pleasant week for you?
No, last few nights have been rough.
This is a man too long without, I was going to say sleep, without hope of sleep, the pair of it. Between you, hundreds of hours in just a few days, you've been
I
trimming.
think I've had 4 hours sleep in the last 48 hours to get the car, here, and I nearly didn't make it.
No, not quite. We was waiting on the door panel this morning.
It's not even actually here. It's not asleep like underneath it somewhere.
There might be a few bolts in there somewhere.
Well, you did it, guys. I'm going to leave you to it. The one thing I would say is I have already asked Darren, if anybody comes along and criticises anything about the car, don't do it. Only nice things are definitely. That's not enough sleep. Nuts, big ones, and washers as well. Oddly enough, I could really have done with these not too long ago when building my Tiger. It does seem no matter what kit you're building, you'll always find there's one or two bits and pieces that are missing. And actually, if you are building anything, a piece of advice, make your way to a kit car show. You won't believe not only the range, but the prices. And not only on bits and pieces like these, but also on tools. Me? Oh, I'm going to settle for this. A nice big bag of mixed oomph. Just a tenner. Can't be bag. I've broken it. It's finally died on me, the pop riveter. Well, it's not actually my pop riveter, it's our mate Steve's who's been helping us. So I've killed Steve's pop riveter, but that's not surprising because we've done an awful lot of riveting on this thing. Quite a lot of progress has been made. Nipping around to the front, if I just take the nose piece off here, we can see that underneath the cooling system has gone on, which is quite nice. You can see where we've had to cut it and put a sleeve in so that we can make the turn to connect the top hose there. So the engine is pretty much done. The only major thing that's waiting to be done is we haven't yet fitted the fuel pump, which we will be doing very shortly. We've had a delivery from Tiger of the last few bits remaining, and they are, if I get them, we've got a heater box, which will eventually sit somewhere around here, although a little more neatly than that. We've got the pedal box to keep everything neat and tidy there. The scuttle is just, for the moment, dropped into position, but we have drilled it ready to be finally bolted down. That means we've been able to finally position the alloy side panels, which under their blue covering look rather handsome, starting to look a bit more like. If we move our way towards the back, at the rear of the car, there's really not a lot to be done by the time we get back to here. We've got the final bits like the brake compensator to go in, brake lines are all more or less in place, the tank is pretty much sorted, we've got to put the straps over that. We're really not looking at an awful lot more work before we can put the main part of the bodywork over the back here, connect up the gear linkage, get to the windscreen, hit the road. Simple as that. Anybody got a pop riveter?
Hello, my name's Jeremy Dennis and this is my Model T Ford Street Mod. When I was at school, I worked for a firm called John Wolf Racing, who built dragsters and custom wheels, and had a Saturday job. And the owner of John Wolf Racing had a Model T Ford hot rod, and he took me out for riding it, and I thought, that's it, I've got to have one. So I spent the next quite a few years saving up for money and started building my own. It's taken me about 15 years to build. And because I've built absolutely everything myself, the chassis, the suspension, the body out of aluminium, the radiator pedals, everything. And it looks like it does because in the 60s, hot rodders started building hot rods sort of weird shapes. They were called weirdos because they were sort of unusual shapes and very sculptured looking shapes. And I've always been into those sort of things from the 60s, people like Carl Casper and George Barris and people. And that's why it looks like it does, really.
Next week we try to drag John Price away from a party, it's always the quiet ones, in time to bring you the NSRA Super Nationals. Amongst the highlights is a real rodder's wedding and more from our kit build.